Okay, now I want to cover basically the 6 common things that you're going to find within a puppy sales contract, just so whenever you're talking to your breeder, you're not kind of blindsided with what's going to be in this contract. And I don't know if you guys can hear this, but if you're really quiet, you can hear Bella snoring. Barely. Oh, there it is. So the very first thing that you might see is a show or pet kind of clause or addendum to this contract, basically stating, are you getting their Boston Terrier puppy to be a show dog, or are you getting it as a pet to have with a family? The second thing to not be surprised by is a spay or neuter clause, meaning they say, hey, you can have this female Boston Terrier, but you're going to need to spay her within X amount of time. And this is something that they're going to follow up on. Number 3 is a return to breeder clause. This could simply mean like, hey, if you're going to sell your Boston Terrier puppy for any reason in the future, I want the right to get that Boston Terrier back. Or for whatever reason, years down the road, you no longer want a Boston Terrier, whatever the case might be, they will accept that Boston Terrier back. So expect some sort of clause within that contract referring to rehome or breeder return clause. The fourth thing is some sort of health guarantee. And this could be for X amount of months or years, or maybe it's a health guarantee against any type of genetic issues that are obviously prevalent within Boston Terriers. So expect some sort of health guarantee from a legitimate, reputable Boston Terrier breeder. Number 5 comes to naming. Now, some of these breeders that you're going to be dealing with, once again, are show breeders. Maybe they have a kennel and they have awards for their Boston Terrier and they have a specific kennel name. They might require, whenever you're filling out your papers to get registered with the American Kennel Club, that you use a portion of that name as the kennel's name. Now, of course, you don't need to name your Boston Terrier this. For example, Bella, maybe the kennel name, we didn't get her from a show breeder, but whatever the kennel name might be, Boston Terriers for life. So you have to add that kennel name in there along with the name of your Boston Terrier. Now, number 6, this is just a catch-all, but I want you to be prepared for it. These contracts can literally have anything they want in them. One example that I saw online, now this wasn't a Boston Terrier breeder, but she wanted a picture of the dog every single year. Now, if you're getting a Boston from a show breeder, maybe they want that because they want to see what the offspring of the puppies that they're creating is looking like 12, 3, 7 years later down the road. Now, another example that I have, this was here recently, somebody had reached out to me saying that within their contract, they put like some sort of stud service. Now they're getting a male Boston Terrier and the breeder says, hey, I want the right to use your Boston Terrier that I'm selling you as a stud in the future. Just know that these breeders can put anything they want in the contract. That's why it's important to read it over, because if you've never signed a contract for a puppy before, I know it could be a little nerve-wracking. So just know the common things that's going to be in the contract. If you want to learn more in regard to Boston Terrier training, I'm actually creating some courses around that. You can check it out in the show notes below, or be sure to check out my other videos at the end of these credits. There you'll find a video labeled 10 things Boston Terriers hate. I just want to say thanks to all my supporters, and until next time, life is better with a Boston.